Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much, okay? I appreciate everyone that has been tuning in to my vlog. It makes me extremely happy, as I said, when I see Memphians and Mississippians, because even though I'm a Memphian, I live on the outskirts now in Mississippi. And so, I've adopted the Mississippians have adopted me because I have people that send me emails saying, well, I know you was born and raised in Memphis. You lived in Memphis your whole life, but now you're living in Mississippi and you always omit us. So the Mississippians have adopted me. So it makes me really happy to when I see Memphis, when I see Memphians, really anybody from Tennessee and Mississippians on my vlog. As everybody, I love to see people from all it. Like I said, I just get tickled pink when I start seeing people from different states, get on my blog. And I love for them to post what state they're from so that I can give them a shout out. I love it. Okay. I wanted to talk about because, child, it seems like a lot of people are kind of in their feelings. They are mad at me, which is fine because folks be staying mad at me. I don't know why, because I don't be saying nothing but the truth. Okay. People are mad at me because I did a video, of course, about Dolph and Yo Gotti, and I always do. I have never hid my stance on that. I've always said I stand on the side of what's right. And what is right is there has to be justice for young Dolph, regardless to who did it. I can't understand why anybody, with a heart, anybody with human feelings would be mad about me saying there has to be justice for young Dolph. What in the hell is wrong with people? They're out their damn minds. I don't straddle the fence when it comes to things like that because what happened to young Dolph was wrong. What is wrong with people? I don't understand it. People have become so barbaric that it is pathetic. I don't understand it. It is extremely hurtful because it is so many Memphians. And I love Memphis. I love the people in Memphis. I was born and raised in Memphis. Can be so barbaric. It's one thing when people are beefing. What Young Dolph and Yo Gotti was doing was nothing different than what has been happening in the rap industry forever. When Jay-Z and 50 Cent and them were beefing, they would kick up the beef every time an album was getting ready to be dropped because that's how they made money. Rap came of because of battle rapping and things of that nature. It was about who was wittiest, who had the quickest comeback. It's your mama this and blah blah blah. I mean, they was just quick on the mic and people loved it. And I have to say, as I was saying before, and with all due in defense of a lot of Memphians, a lot of Memphians did not choose in the beginning because it was about who go. I want to listen to Dolph album because I want to see if he dissing Gotti. Okay. That is what had been done in the past. I want to listen to Dolph to see, if he's gonna be dissing Gotti, what his comeback is gonna be. I'm gonna buy Gotti's album to see if Gotti is gonna be dissing Dolph. I want to see if his comeback is gonna be better than Dolph. That's what's been going on. Gotti ain't no damn spring chicken. He in his 40s. So Gotti came up during the time that I came up in. He grew up in the damn 80s, like I did in Memphis. So Gotti came up during the time when he knew we didn't do no shit like that. Dolph was born in the late 80s. So I would have to say Dolph he came up around the 90s. Juke came up during the time that we came up in too. So though that was around the time, when people was buying their albums, that's how they sold records. It was never supposed to go as far as it went. I don't give a damn how bad your feelings hurt. If battle rapping started back in the late 80s where they were saying your mama ugly, this, and that. If people can take somebody having a quick comeback talking about their mama, and it was really they was battling hard. They was battling for pennies. They was hungry for real. And wasn't nobody getting shot up. And they was talking about mamas. Anybody, anything that came off the top of their head to have a rhyme. Then what makes Gotti and them think that it was okay for it to go this far? Okay. And so when people was posting, they would say, "Well, you said that they should have chose Dolph." I meant every damn word of it. I meant they should have chose Dolph, because when I say they should have chose Dolph, they should have chose we should have chosen him and his life. When Dolph was his van and stuff was getting shot up, when he got shot in LA, we should have chosen him. We should have said, this is going too far. It has gone too far. Okay. If anything happens to him, we can't support you. I stand on what I say. I would feel that way about anybody, celebrity or not. If you get into something and you already know what it consists of, he came up during the time where there was bebopping and shit like that. He already know. But now all of a sudden, I'm going to kill you if you say something in your record about me, but it's okay for my artist to diss you, to come up. That ain't cool. So yes, it went too far. I hate it had to go this far. People loved Yo Gotti. Memphis, regardless of how he feel about Memphis. And I've heard Memphis say that they always felt like Yo Gotti never, really, cared much about the city, which, I don't know. I would hate to believe that, because Yo Gotti them got a damn business in Memphis that is successful because of the damn Memphians. So it would hurt me, or not hurt me. I would hate to believe, I'll say that they hijacking a city that they hate. Because when you set your businesses up in the city, it ain't for the damn city. We got a restaurant, 2, 3 on every corner. We could walk up in. You need the people in that city to support your business. So you have to respect and love the people of that city, because they line your pockets up. They keep your business open. Okay? So it went too far. I never said that everything that Young Dolph did was right. I never said that. What I did say was people kept it on wax. What I did say was Young Dolph was a Leo, so he was kind of when he would get full, he would put it on video. Just because we didn't hear Gotti saying a lot, we know damn well Gotti was doing stuff to Dolph behind the scene. We knew that he was. Dolph wasn't crazy. People don't have outbursts like that and say the things that they say for nothing. But did it go too far? Of course it went too far. When you have people instigating stuff, Gotti and Young Dolph achieved a lot. I was listening to Yo Gotti. I used to love that song, 5-Star Chick. That was a Yo Gotti song. We used to love listening to that song. What up? What is it called? What up, Memphis, or whatever? What up, Memphis? What up? No, he was calling that. We loved that. So then, Dolph came along. Why couldn't those two coexist? Even when when something went on with Gotti and 3-6 Mafia, it did not get this out of hand, y'all. There is nothing right about what happened to Young Dolph, and you motherfuckers know it. Don't upset me now. I'm trying to hold my cuss words. If you sitting up thinking what happened to him was right in any kind of way, because we have to think about straight dropping them still hung around Gotti and his brother's camp. Just like what happened to him with those misfortunes came from around his camp. That ain't no damn lie. But if anybody thinks what happened to young Dolph was right, then they demonic and sick on a whole nother level. And they ain't got no place up here amongst God's people. They need to burn in hell with the rest of the devils. Because there was absolutely nothing right about that. It was inhumane on a whole nother level to gun down somebody that was just walking into a cookie shop. Absolutely sick on so many levels. Okay. And so Gotti has not been indicted at this point. Will he be indicted? I don't know. The only thing I'll say about that is if he had anything to do with the assassination of young Dolph, he's going to jail. And I do say if. I'm not saying that he's involved. And the reason why I say if he had anything to do with it, and I say if because I don't know. I don't know Gotti personally. And the reason I say if he had anything to do with it or anybody in his camp is because them investigators know exactly what has happened and who was involved. I mean, I'm not privy to that type of information. Okay, I don't know everything about Young Dolph's case. The only thing I know is I just know enough to know that whomever was involved is not getting away with it. Okay. And so I'm sure if it was anybody's family that had happened to, and it wasn't Young Dolph, but it was their family, they will want the exact same thing, right? So when I say that Young Dolph and Yo Gotti's beef went too far, it just did. And I think it's extremely sad because, you have two men that Memphis was completely and still is completely um, proud of as far as their music, their music, but for Young Dolph, especially his philanthropy. Young Dolph was a philanthropist. He was doing things in the city of Memphis. He was helping people within the city of Memphis. He was just a giver. If you listen to him, he spoke about how he didn't give a damn about money. That's the reason why he spent it. He worked hard. He enjoyed his money, and I guess it was because he had a time clock on his life. And sometimes I get emotional because I think about, I've worked for the police department for many, many years. And even now, even after I left the police department, I still stayed in investigative work because I take contracts and do investigative work for the DA's office and the federal prosecutors to this very day. Okay. And I think about the African American men that come through that once for just killing each other, you have African American men that have been friends for years, grew up together. They get mad and kill the other one because of a piece of chicken. And I never forget there were two friends that grew up together and they killed each other for $1. They playing dice and they showing out one shoot the other one because he shorted him $1 or something like that. Y'all, a life. And I think about like in the interrogation rooms, and this is what people don't see when you start to interrogate them and it finally hits them. Oh my God, this person I grew up with or this person that I know, I kill them. I kill them and they ain't coming back. Even the hardest thug you've seen go, damn, what the fuck did I do? Okay. But when you start seeing rappers and celebrities that we support get up on their Instagram. Like, we got to be honest, like we seen Black youngster do. Throw out subliminals, put evilness into the atmosphere, laughing and trolling, and his boss ain't trying to put a lid on it. How God think we supposed to feel about him? How God think them folks downtown feel about him and Black youngster? Is it that he wanted them to zone in on Black youngster? I don't know, but I just know that it's inhumane, and I just don't straddle the fence on stuff like that. I stand on the side of what's right because it never should have went this far. If Gotti was the one that was taken out and young Dolph and them was on their Instagram and things of that nature trolling, I would probably feel the same way. And let me tell you why I say probably. Because young Dolph's life was attempted on more than one time. He had every right to retaliate to save his life because they was a threat to his person, because they let him know that they wanted to kill him, and they attempted many times. It seems, I'm not saying them verbatim, but some people around them, okay? So he really had a right to do what was necessary to protect himself and his family, but you did not see young Dolph. Young Dolph had enough money to pay anybody to do anything for him. He did not try to take God in them out. Because young Dolph understood, I believe, that he had little dudes that was on the street. And because you have a bunch of bloodthirsty, inhumane people, this would have been a perfect opportunity for them. Because young Dolph could have went and lived on the island. He had enough money to. But he still had little dudes in the street, and nobody wants that war and to deal with that guilt of people dying up under you because of something you got going on. That's a person with human feelings. Okay? It never should have went that far. Kiss my ass, you motherfuckers that don't like it. You kiss my ass. You makes me mad at another motherfucker too. Getting on my damn page, talking some shit when you motherfuckers ought to be human. You bitches who got a problem with it know that shit wasn't right. It ain't nothing right about it. It ain't nothing right about promising these young dudes. And I'm just saying, anybody, if you in a position, you motherfuckers, to help these young dudes that's really out in the street struggling, that's hurting every day, that's growing up in homes, okay, that are really not conducive to their mental health. Because a lot of these folks grow up in bad homes. And they got a gift. Why not help them to cultivate that and help them to get some real money instead of dangling shit in front of their face and put them in a position where they either lose their life physically and they end up 6 feet under, or they end up in their prison for the rest of their life. If you're doing it, you ain't shit. And I don't give a damn who you are. Okay? As a Black woman, I'm sick of it. I done worked in the criminal justice system for 20 years, over 20 now. I'm tired of seeing it. So I'll say it again. We should have chose Dolph in his life, because them motherfuckers didn't have no business shooting at him, or taking his life. You can kiss all up in the cracks of my ass if you don't like that shit. And I probably shouldn't say that because these folks like eating shit. Okay. But it makes me mad as hell. Okay. That we've gotten away from being humane. And then we sit up and fun, because see, if you thinking like that and you some type of celebrity, then you a terrorist. And that's why I say, as a community, we have to be very careful about who we support, because we're making terrorists rich when they're already fools, and we help them to make a lot of money. They're gonna be terrible. A fool with some money is deadly. We see that right now, right? But the situation went too far, because just like 3-6 Mafia, I grew up with Paul and them in the same damn neighborhood in Twinkletown. Why couldn't, okay? And I'm talking about DJ Paul and Ricky, Infamous Lord, or whatever he went on to call himself. They was working hard even then. When they were beefing, okay? Nobody, there was no bloodshed. Okay? There was no bloodshed. People like Gotti and Juke in them are supposed to be setting examples. not just to make money, but to help these dudes put back positive energy into the communities and hope into the communities that help to make they motherfucking asses rich. Because regardless to whether you know it or not, you motherfuckers got a responsibility to the folks that help to make y'all asses rich. So you come to my page, okay, with some bullshit. And they even sent some crash dummy out to lightly throw a threat out there in the atmosphere as if somebody had already been lined up for, getting on the vlogs. It was an officer that read that comment and immediately contacted YouTube. Because folks can't be getting lined up just because who in the fuck these motherfuckers think they are. Okay? You don't say something I won't, I'ma kill you. That's what, as us in our 40s, that's what we condone. We put that into the atmosphere and then turn around and 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 reward these young dudes when they go out and do stuff like that. Like instead of saying, no, dude, we celebrities. They can say whatever they want to say. Good and bad publicity works for me. We're gonna make some money and we're gonna be decent. Okay, you can't hang with my camp if you bring in that type of energy, because you can't destroy an empire. Okay, you can't destroy a empire that I've built. Okay, I'll say it again. Gotti and Dolph's beef went too far, and I wouldn't have gave them what Gotti said and what Dolph said. There never should have been any bloodshed. It was wrong. I said it then. I'm going to say it today. And I'll say it 30 years from now. It was nothing right about it. And what God and them got to understand is they have a responsibility to the communities that help to make them rich. Because whether you motherfuckers like Memphis or not, before anybody knew you tricks, Lord forgive me for saying that, but I'm mad as hell. Memphis helped to nurture you and make you who you was, because it was the Memphians that got out into these hole in the wall clubs and came to see you goddamn asses. Okay, before anybody on the outside of Memphis ever knew you. It's haters in every city. Okay, it was not right, and it went too far. Young Dolph had children that's suffering. But it goes back to that scripture, and I always say this scripture, I always end with this. God says, when I get them back for what they did, you're going to see me get them back. If God in them didn't have nothing to do with Young Dolph's situation, I don't know. I don't have any dealings. I'm not investigating that case. I don't know. Okay? But God says, when I get them back for what they did, you're going to see me get them back. If none of them had anything to do with the demise of Young Dolph, they ain't got a damn thing to worry about. Okay? But if any of them did, then they got to know, as my mother always says, oh, baby, don't worry about that. You just fall to your knees and look to the hills, because God going to come passing through. And he coming for his revenge, because he says, vengeance is mine. And it ain't got a damn thing to do with a vlogger. It ain't got a damn thing to do with nobody. That's between them and God. It's going to be some reckoning, as my grandmother used to say, with God, because he has to prove that I am God. The earth shook the night that they assassinated Dolph. God wasn't pleased with that. No damn human has the right to ever try to put themselves in the position of God to take somebody out because I'm mad at them. The devil is a lie. If you don't want to be talked about, get your ass out of the entertainment industry. Because it is us that is left in these neighborhoods to suffer for the hits that are being sent back to our cousins and daughters and sons and brothers and things of that nature while we fund terrorists. It's our money that funds them to help them to live a lifestyle, and then they put themselves in a godlike position and then start sending hits back to the community, the same damn communities that help to make them rich. I don't think so. Okay. So it went too far. It went too far. I didn't want to see anything happen to Gotti, and I didn't want to see anything happen to Dolph. But Dolph has started being attacked. There was attempts on his life several times. So at some point, I really believe that he should have retaliated. But even then, he didn't do it. Even then, he didn't go to court, because I'd have been in court every time the damn doors open to make sure some niggas went to jail. But he didn't even do that. It was wrong. It was wrong. And anybody with human feelings understand my emotions and where I'm coming from. I'm a Black woman, and I'm tired of seeing Black men killed. They sitting up talking about they'll go and do time for, that's my brother. Nigga, you got kids out here. What in the fuck you talking about, you fuck nigga? You got a woman, you leaving out here with nothing. Your children, you spending your time, the majority of your life in jail for another nigga. What is wrong with these men? And then get mad when they woman go on to be with somebody else. I'd be mad at your ass too. You gonna leave me out here with your damn kids with nothing? Talking about you protecting another nigga? Absolutely not. While he gets to play daddy to his kids and flodge and fake and act like he father of the year, and I'm left out here with shit. And that's what these niggas doing. And then wonder why their kids got to disconnect to them. I served time for my bro. He paid me some money. So money, you go serve half of your children's life in jail for some money and have a disconnect with your kids just so another nigga can be out, and wonder why these women don't even respect you. But that's what they are teaching the younger generation, and they ain't got nobody at home to really teach them nothing no more. They all on some type of narcotic, some type of pill, y'all. God ain't pleased. Because when it's all said and done, we still have a responsibility to the straight drops and people like that, because they misled. And if you help to mislead them even more, God gonna make you pay for that. Because he said, when I get them back for what they did, you're gonna see me get them back. Okay. And I'm gonna end this because I get emotionally. I do, because I have a passion for my community. And it's a damn shame. One of the officers said, I was looking at it, they put a threat out there so quick. I said, I don't know. Yeah, I saw that too. They said it was somebody that was lined up for talking on a vlog. Ain't that something? You think you could take somebody out, just like what happened to Dolph. And I don't know who it was. It could have just been a troll, but they're going to see. Because you said something I didn't want you to say. That's what we put into the atmosphere. You don't need to be a rapper. Go crawl your ass up under a rock or something. As a matter of fact, you're too pitiful if your feelings get hurt that quick. But we definitely don't need to be funding terrorists, because the men are supposed to be protecting the women and the children. And if you ain't on your throne doing that, then you less than a man. You less than a human. Okay? All right, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I have to cut that off because I get too caught up into that. Because like I just get too emotionally caught up into subjects like this. But it went too far. And when it's all said and done, there was nothing right about what happened to young Dolph. And I'll say it over and over again. Okay. All right, you guys, hit the like button. If you would like to subscribe, please subscribe. I still have slightly more people that are not subscribing. So hit the subscribe button. If you would like to support the channel, you can do it via Cash App. I want you guys to know that I love you so much. Always put God first. Pray and ask God to go before you, because the enemy comes to see who the enemy comes to seeking to see who he can devour. Ask God to go before you. Evil could never override good. That's why I say ask God to go before you and watch and see don't he do it. Okay. Change your mindset and watch and see don't God change your life. I love you guys. I'll talk with you later.